Good morning, Karen.
Morning, Joe.
You ready to do this?
I am. Let's go.
Let's do this. Woo! Yeah. Good morning, Ray. You're holding the door for us. Thank you.
Hey, Ray.
Let's get the show started.
Let's go. Little classroom map. It would look something similar to this.
We have several views you can do.
Hi, I'm Karen.
And I'm Joe.
And welcome to
What's Happening?
Today we're going to kind of walk you through the app called iPhoto for the iPad. It's actually on our TLI, Texas Literacy Initiative Grant, iPads for our upper grade students and some of our teachers as well. I just want to let you know that iPhoto is an app that costs $4.99 if you don't already, let's say, if you're not planning on buying a brand new iPad. So $4.99 if you already own one. If you plan on buying an iPad, Apple has decided that they're going to give it to you with the iPad. Hey, it's going to be one of those built-in apps now. But anyway, since it's on our iPads, we do want to kind of share with you some ideas on how students can use them in the classroom with the photos that they're taking on their iPad to enhance some of their digital stories that they're creating. And so I'm going to pass it over to Joe, who's going to share with you how that can be done.
Hey, thanks, Carrie. Now I'm going to show you iPhoto from this end, okay? So on iPhoto, when you first launch it, right, I'm going to my iPad. And of course, I have it on my home screen. Hit iPhoto, and I launch it. And when you first launch it, it takes you to this screen. Now, I already have pictures on here, so you're seeing something already. But if you don't have any pictures, it'll say something like "Welcome to iPhoto" and all the good stuff, right? But I have photos already, and you will too. As soon as you start taking some snapshots, you'll have this, and you'll notice you have three of them. You have one for your camera roll. This is stuff you're actually taking pictures from your iPad or things you've downloaded from the internet or whatever. And the edit one, the first one over here, the edit one, edit is the ones you're actually working on right now, the ones you're works in progress. And you also have the photo stream if you elect to upload your photos to the cloud, or that way you can also access them from the cloud and put them on your device. But that's a total different animal. I'm not going to talk too much about that. And so right now, I'm only going to cover the first two. And one thing about iPhoto, you can use it to do digital storytelling, but one of the best features you have with iPhoto is to do some awesome editing on your pictures. But you could use it to create digital stories with it. But you have other apps you can do much better than that, much better job than that. So what I'm going to do here is on my pictures, I actually went, all of us, we went to the aerial tramway in El Paso to go see the scenic sights from the top of the Franklin Mountains, and we discovered that we have, look at this, the Paso Eiffel Tower, right? Nice. And so with this picture, I'm going to show you how you can actually manipulate this picture real quick with iPhoto. And you can do some cool little effects and make it look nice. So that way you can bring those photos into your other apps. Now, this suggestion, you know, when the kids, you go on a field trip and the kids go crazy with the pictures, they could be editing and fixing the pictures on their way back to school. So by the time they get there, they can use other apps to create their digital stories, but at least they'll have nice, good-looking pictures with this. So I'm going to start off real quick. You notice at the top row you have all these different buttons, and at the bottom you also have all these buttons, right? And you're wondering what they're for. What do they do? If at any moment you're like, what is this button for? If you can see up here, you have the little question mark with a little circle. If I tap on that, it opens up these pop-up windows, and it tells you what these buttons are for, which is really cool. See, crop and straighten, exposure, color, brushes, all this good stuff, effects, all these different things, right? Really neat. I'm not going to cover them all, but I'm going to cover a few that lets you get you started with this, okay? So I'm going to go and take I'm going to take the question, hit a question mark one more time, and take off the bubbles. So I'm going to start with this one. Okay, so maybe this picture is not, maybe I want to have a little more space here so I can put titles, make it look neater. So the first thing I want to do is I want to hit the crop and straighten button over here. So I hit that, and if I can just grab one of the corners, I can start cropping. And notice right now when I'm cropping, it's actually doing a good job of keeping everything, keeping the dimensions, what's called the ratio from height to width the same, right? So it's not changing. But notice I moved it to the side, have a little bit more space there. Now, if you notice down here at the bottom, you can see like a wheel. I can straighten it up a little bit more, give it that effect, like the Lean Tower of Pisa, right? But I'm going to do this. I'm just going to keep it straight with a little bit of angle, and I'm going to put it right there. Okay. a little off-centered. So I'm okay. So I straightened it a little bit. I moved it around. I cropped. And then once I'm done with this, then I can go to the next stop. Okay, next place. So if I want to know what the buttons are for one more time, right? And I didn't. I think it's when you hit edit. I think it shows you. I go to both of show me my buttons. And so there you go. The next one is the exposure, right? So I go to exposure. This one here. And that one you can just brighten it or make it darker or brighten it. So I'm going to go a little darker. And here just, you have the focus and you can actually spread the light a little bit better if you want to, right? So I can mess around with this. And this, you leave it up to kids. They'll figure it out what it does. And they'll enhance their pictures, okay? So this is pretty nice. I like it. It looks more like nighttime. And in reality, this picture was taken at sunset, okay? So it should look a little darker. So I'm happy with this. And so I fixed it up. So the next button right here is my enhance button. This is where you can enhance and if I want to check one more time, hit my question mark, right? And it tells me what these bubbles are for: saturation, blue skies, greenery. And so it enhances those pictures, the whole entire picture, not just specific parts, but the whole picture. So at this point, I'm going to enhance the colors a little bit, give it a little more color. It's going to look a little unrealistic because it's going to be like the reds are going to be really red, right? And I can mess with the sky a little bit too, make it a little darker, right? Because it was nighttime. So now notice my reds are really bright, and my sky is nice and dark, and and so I can play with the other ones too, but not so much because I like it. I want it to look like this. So I'm happy, okay? Now I'm going to go to the next one, and look at this. So I did that tool. So I'm going to go to the next one, this one here, right? And that one brings my brushes, right? And that one's to do some fine tuning. So wherever I put my finger is what I'm going to repair, right? So if it was something like, those old pictures they have, like the black and white, and have little, it's kind of, have these little discrepancies. You can hit the repair button, and you can actually touch the discrepancy, and it'll fix it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go get out of here. But you can also go with red eye. Red eye is perfect when you take a snapshot of someone that has a red eye. You can just touch their eyeballs, and it'll. And what happened to my effects? They went out. Okay. Yeah, I want it back. Okay, so I went. I didn't want that other. But that's what these are for. So you can actually go and touch the items on the picture, and fix blemishes. Okay. So these are really good. So I'm going to go back over here. Guess I want my original picture. That one. Okay. So at this point, I can also go to effects. The last one of these buttons. Go to my effects, and this one's really neat. You notice, when you go to buy paint, they give you these little ruler things and has all different colors of paints, and they open it up like that, and you flip it open like a Chinese fan, right? Well, at the joint, if I touch the joint, I can close it, and I can open it back up. Okay. And so I'm going to do is you have all these different ones, right? You have vintage to give it that vintage effect, right? But what I want to use right now that I liked a lot is one of these ink effects. I think it's this one right here. Think. No? It's not. Okay, there we go. Is it that one? No, not that one. Which one was it? No. Almost. I like that one. Okay. So then I have this. Okay. I got to this point, and I like this effect. And I'm finished. I'm finished with the picture. It looks good. I'm going to use it as my title for some project. And once I'm finished, I go to the very top, okay? And by the way, real quick, I just want to make sure you remember these buttons. There's a button up here. This one up here lets you preview the original image the way it was before it was enhanced. Look how different the image is to the way it is now. Much different, okay? But at this point, I want to save it onto my computer so I can use it with other apps. I hit the little square with a little arrow shooting out. That's your action button. I tap on it, and I get all these choices. Really cool, right? The journal, the camera roll, iTunes. You can beam it, you can print it, you can do all kinds of cool things with it. But right now, at this point, I just want to save it on my camera roll. Hit camera roll, and I'm just going to select the one, and save it to the camera roll. Okay. And at this point, I'm going to go to, take me to the camera roll so you can see what it looks like. So is it there? I'm going to exit this, go to my camera, and then my camera roll, and there's my picture. It's saved. So now when I go to any other app, I can grab this picture and use it in my app. And so this concludes iPhoto. Excellent app for editing pictures. Not so much for storytelling, but really good for fixing your pictures on the fly. And this concludes iPhoto, and I'm going to take it back to Karen.
Okay, I'm amazed. I think I love iPhoto, and I'm going to be changing my photos from here on out and adding all sorts of fun filters. But anyway, you can follow the EPISD TV studio on Twitter. You can also find us on Facebook. And of course, check out our YouTube videos. Joe and I actually have been filming this What's Appening series for about a year, so you'll actually find some past episodes from last year, some of our favorite ones like Puppet Pals, and just kind of enjoy some of the learning and check out what we're doing.